Hey Focus family, BenJoe here once again for the quick little nugget of wisdom. Wanting to share some of the great ideas and things that I've been learning as I've been traveling and working through and reading different books. And as I've been traveling between the different sites, I spent time up in Utah. Rayanne up there, 19 years working for Focus. Bill Weiser, 24 years working for Focus. Saw Chris Lopez driving amazing performance. Jody Harris, amazing culture all over the site. I was down in El Salvador for the 12-year anniversary of our El Salvador site. This is my 12-year anniversary shirt, by the way. And we saw our amazing annual soccer tournament down there. Shout out to Centerfield for kicking butt and taking names once again in the tournament. And as I was traveling, I was reading a great book. And the book I was reading was by Greg Harden, Stay Sane in an Insane World. And if you don't know who Greg Harden is, Google it, okay? And Greg Harden, truly amazing, works for the University of Michigan, specifically works with athletes from every single area to help them achieve 100% of their success. Some of this is psychological, some of this is physical, but he challenges them to overcome some of their challenges. He's worked with people like Michael Phelps, Samantha Livingstone, Olympic gold medalist. He's worked with Tom Brady, okay, just to name a few, and helped them in many ways to overcome themselves, to get out of their own way to be successful. And some of the principles that he shared in here, one of them, for example, is stop being afraid of being afraid. How many times do we, just the anticipation of being afraid causes all of the problems in ourselves? When he says that when you can understand that fear is predictable, you can maintain it. It can become your superpower because you can channel it. You can avoid those situations. You can overcome those situations because you can predict when it comes. In addition to that, he talks about this idea of controlling the controllables. I can't control the weather, but yet I panic about it. Okay, but when I realize control your controllables, once again, you can achieve great success because you have control over those things and you stop worrying about and fretting about the things you just can't control. One of the final principles I loved in there was just commit, improve, and maintain. When you commit to growth, when you commit to improve, even if it's 1% of 1% of 1%, you're getting better. And then as you improve in those areas and you maintain those things, you truly will drive success for yourself. I subconsciously applied some of these principles when I was a kid, and I didn't even really realize it, but it impacted me as I was reading this book about all the different experiences he had. And I had my own experience when I was a kid. I grew up in a really small town. Loved where I grew up. It was just a very, very small town. And I was not inherently popular. I wasn't. I had friends. Then I had good friends. But I had these dreams of being, in theater and being in leadership and debate and all these things. And I was scared to do it. And I tried to put myself out there, but I kept failing. I tried to out for the plays and I lost. I ran for every office from 5th grade to my sophomore year in high school, and I lost. I actually lost one time so bad. A friend of mine, Charlie Mingleson, thanks Charlie, put up a piece of notebook paper on the wall the day of the election saying, "I'm running." And he won. That's how unpopular I was. And I had given up. And then I had another friend of mine who pulled me directly into the office. Brett Wilkie, thank you, Brett, pulls me in there and says, "You're running for office." And I was like, I can't, I will lose. And he said, "No, we're signing you up." And I decided to just focus on what I could control. And guess what? I won by a margin, very small margin, but I won. And then the next year I said, well, maybe I'll run for student body president. Maybe I'll try out for the play. And guess what? I won because I controlled the controllables. In fact, I knew that even though I wasn't the most popular kid, I could connect with these maybe disenfranchised minority groups and started spending time with like kids that were in band and kids that were in chess club and kids that were in the glee club and choir and theater. And I connected with those groups because I knew that I could work in that area. And I was scared to go try to get the jocks to vote for me. And I was like, well, because I can predict that success, I'm going to go where I know I can be successful. And that as a collective group, well, I won. 6-7 votes, I won. And it changed the trajectory of my life. I went on to do some amazing things in my life because of the confidence that it gave me. And I felt like that I was able to achieve much more than I ever could have because I had to believe in myself. Because one of the things that he talks about in this book is that we often talk negative about ourselves. And we attack ourselves, and we don't really understand ourselves. And we have to become the experts of ourselves, and we have to practice self-love and self-acceptance. When we do that, we can truly achieve great success. I challenge everybody out there, not just who work at Focus, but to really take the time to analyze the challenges in your life. Stop being afraid of being afraid. Control your controllables. Commit to improve and maintain, and become an expert yourself. And when you practice that self-love, you truly will grow and truly become successful. You can reach 100%. You can reach the perfection you want when you do those things. Thank you, my friends. Absolutely amazing month. Love working at Focus. Love working with all of you. But I also love that you guys challenge each other every day to be the best version of yourself. Tell yourself that. Know that where you're working, where you are, you have the potential to be the best. The book, Greg Harden's Staying Sane in an Insane World. Absolutely amazing book. Highly recommend everybody pick up a copy of this. It will give you some great nuggets of wisdom to inspire you throughout the next month. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you next time.